a tough game, but it goes to show that the girls had spirit and passion and energy, but just fell short at the very end.
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing to lose, but I couldn't be prouder of the effort. We're playing against the ladder leader in the East Conference, so to play that way and to play 4 quarters of basketball, which pretty much we haven't done all season, was really pleasing, and to do it in front of our home fans, I think, is another pleasing factor. So I think once again we showed what we're capable of. It's just a shame that we weren't able to do that consistently throughout the year. You
said Wednesday at the press conference you didn't want to disappoint the fans, and you wanted to kind of put on a bit of a show tonight. Is that what we got?
Yeah, definitely. I think the girls really steeled themselves for that, and I hope the crowd enjoyed it. There was a lot of people there at the end of that game, probably the biggest crowd we've had for that second half. So I hope that it sent the right message to the fans that we are a good team, and hopefully from here on in we can build to be a consistent team and one that wins more games at home.
Absolutely. The whole game, it just seemed to be very close, very even. It was you guys score down one end, Nunawading score down the other, and it's counter-attack after a counter-attack. It just seemed really a good pace kind of game.
Yeah, I mean they're a good team, but we. Funnily enough, we match up with them quite well, and statistically we're actually quite similar. So we knew it was going to be a tight game if we played the right way, and that's how it turned out. I guess we disappointed that once again the little 1%ers like boxing out and giving up like offensive rebounds really come back to bite us, which has probably been the bugbear of our season, I think. Just giving up those second chance opportunities, and in the last minute of a game you can't afford to be doing that when you're down 2.
Yeah, it just seemed like offensive rebounds were key for Nunawading, and just let you guys down. If there were chances, but unfortunately you just couldn't get that ball.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the difference between the ladder leader and the team that's 5th on the ladder. The good teams take care of those situations, and the other teams, sometimes fall down in that area. So for us, going into the summer and into next season, that's got to be the focus, that we have to start, knuckling down on those things and dotting the I's, crossing the T's, and be more consistent in those areas.
Will you go through an official review process now with your players individually and kind of let them know where they went wrong and what they did right and that kind of thing? Is very normal for a basketball club?
Yeah, that's the plan. Over the next couple of weeks, we obviously have to do it a little bit quicker for Chelsea, because I think she's out of here in a couple of days. But certainly planning to sit down and review the season with all our players. We talked about in the change rooms that we showed on a regular basis that we're capable of matching it with the best teams in the competition. So it's a step back for the club, I guess, in terms of finished 4th last year and finished 5th this year. So we're obviously disappointed about that. But that said, we've reduced our spending on our playing budget and really focused on giving our locals an opportunity. And I think we found, I guess, a formula to work with going forward, and something that's going to be a bit more sustainable for the club. And I think the signs are promising with with our younger players. So,
is the intention to keep this core kind of group together as much as possible? Yeah,
I mean, we haven't had many discussions about what next year holds, to be honest, at this point. But I think, based on our performances, I think we'd be silly to break it up and try and start again. I think it's more of a situation where we try to build on what we've got here, and I think it's going to be an organic process. Shana Thompson in her first year as a 15-year-old, Taylor Mole as a 16, I think turning 17-year-old in her second year in the program, I think. Ellie Collins, 18 and maybe in her 3rd season. So showing that they're capable at this level, and I think it's more of just getting that on a consistent basis, and it gets back to lifting our training standards. We've also got someone like Georgia Fagan and Georgia Buckwald as well, who are both capable at this level, and barring an injury at the start of the year for Georgia Buckwald, she would have played a lot more than she did. So it's a promising little program that we've got going at the moment, and we want to build on that.
And the plan for yourself now? You're are you on board next year? I'm just not sure where you're at with your contract thing or whatever. Are you re-signed for next year?
Yeah, that's the plan. I haven't actually sat down with the club yet and discussed exactly where we're at, but yeah, unless I get a tap on the shoulder to say otherwise, that's the plan. Yeah. No, but nothing official yet, so we'll see in the next few weeks.
But you'll just go through that official kind of review process with the girls and then pretty much break up after that, and then obviously you'll be in some talks.
Obviously I have to review myself as well. So,
yeah, pretty much. Dwayne, it's been one of those seasons really, which could have been, I think, when you look back on it, and certainly some games there that were winnable, but unfortunately just slipped on those last gasps. Do you look back and kind of think what could have been at some point?
Yeah, definitely. There's been a couple of stages over the last few weeks where we've sort of sat back and thought, wow, the ball bounces the right way in the Albury game here at home, and if Izzy Chilcott doesn't dislocate her thumb and then miss 3 or 4 games, or if Chelsea gets here a couple of weeks earlier, things would have changed. And even Izzy Chilcott herself got here the day before our first game for the year. So those things all, I guess, add up. They're not excuses, but they are factors in getting the team to gel and stuff like that, which. Once we hit that halfway mark of the season, we really did, and winning 6 games in a row on the road is obviously an achievement, and it shows that we sort of made some inroads there. It was just a shame that, I guess we knew that coming in that was going to be the case, and it would have just been, I guess, better if we had pinched a couple of those early ones, and we could have been shooting for a top 2 finish. And
the late start to pre-season, that obviously didn't help either.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we first hit the court about late January, maybe 20-odd January or something like that. So I think it was an 8 to 10 week pre-season that we had. So to win that first game of the season was really an achievement. But we really sort of I think we had maybe 6 of our first 8 at home or something like that. And really didn't capitalise, and pretty much because of those reasons. So,
well, Dwayne, it's been a great season regardless. The girls have shown that they have played at their full potential, but unfortunately just falling short in finals. But we hope you're back next season, and we can only hope the rest of the team can come back as well. So have a good off season, and hopefully we'll see you next year.
No worries, thanks, mate.